You are in the studio of Perpetual Mojo, and today I'm making a vintage look pendant using a glass blob, a regular paper printed photo of my grandmother, and then we're going to cut a wire bail and do some wrapping. So let's go ahead and trace around there. I'm going to leave a little space at the top, bring it up a little bit high, because part of my bail is going to be right on the front there, so you don't want to obscure her face. I'm going to cut it just to the inside of my line. You just need to make sure that it's not going to hang over. I'm going to use the Collage Page as glue, mainly. I'm not going to put it on the front of the photo. That seems to darken it when you do it that way. So get it seated. Turn it over. Looks pretty good. And go ahead and make sure that it's really on there very well. And then Collage Page over the back of the photo. And set that aside to dry. So let's talk about bails. I've done a couple different kinds. This is that electrical wire that I work with all the time, and I painted it black, and it would glue on very nicely, just like that. That's another picture of my grandmother. But I also like the idea of this one. That's my great-grandma. I put a witch's hat on her. So you have both a front and back surface to attach with. Let me show you how I did that. I started with 6 inches of 20 gauge wire. This is a mini glue stick, and I'm going to wrap it around twice. On the underside, I'm going to crimp it. I want that nice and tight. And then I'm going to cross them over. And turn them perpendicular to the loops. The one that goes on the back will be just a simple swirl. Doesn't have to be pretty. It just needs to have a little space for the glue to attach it. And that's a pretty good surface, I think, for the glue. Now the other one is going to come over the front, like this one. So I'm going to start with just a small spiral. And then I'm going to come up here and give it a flip. I'm going to give it another flip, back the other way. And then back again. And I'm thinking that might be just a little bit too much, so let's cut that spiral off and start a new one, and then I think we'll be perfect. It's never a bad thing to have too much wire. Okay, that's going to have a little surface on the front to attach and a nice big surface on the back. And it will slide on like that. Oh, we could bring that down just a little bit. There's room. See? All right, so let's glue this one in place. I'm using Aleene's Super Gel, which don't get your fingers in. And I'm going to be just really sparing. Slide it into place. Double check your placement. Looks good. And you'll need to hold it for a minute or two. Stay crafty, my friends.